failures will come. Failures would come, definitely, because we are not the native speakers. When failures come, what should we do? We should definitely take the failures in a positive way. Take the failures in a positive way. Because when I was learning in a learning stage, I went for the interviews. They said, you are rejected. Rejected in the sense? No. I was really down. I was unable to be confident. So I went to one of my madam and I said, madam, I did not get a job. I'm very worried about. Sandeep, is this your first attempt or second attempt or 100th attempt? I said, this is my first attempt, madam. And remember always, when you say the word called no, it is making you understand. The positive thinker would always think in this way. When you get the word called no, this always happen, the person who always be in a positive manner. Always be in a positive manner. Yes, maybe some other company would be waiting for me. Meanwhile, what I need to do? I need to enhance my skills. To overcome the problems in learning language, not only all this, there is one more area where you need to work on. You need to work on your self-motivation. Why? Sir, every time you keep on talking something like self-motivation and dedication, decision making. Yes. In a part of soft skills, every point, every skill is correlated. You cannot miss one skill also. How this skill is important. How you can motivate yourself. To motivate yourself, first and important thing is you need to know about your characteristics. You need to know about you. You need to know about your drawbacks. And at the same time, you need to mold yourself in such a way that I am a person who can motivate myself in an adjustable manner. Like in a previous session, we are talking about the adaptability. That adaptability nature, if you have, you can motivate yourself. To motivate yourself, you need to have an appropriate personality development. I'm not talking about the outer personality development, I'm talking about the inner personality development. To what things, first thing is, initially when you're concentrating on your personality development, you ask yourself a question like, to what things I am giving the topmost priority in my life, the way of my living, to what things I am giving the topmost priority. List them. What are the topmost priorities we give? See, there are many things. There are many things on what we are giving the topmost priority. When you choose the prioritizing things in your life, when you choose appropriate prioritizing things in your life, yes, definitely. Now in all this, which one is a major point? Which one is a major point we are giving the topmost priority? First point is, yes, we always consider money. And are we able to give human values? Human values. The list you make by your own, make on your own. In that list, what are the major things you prioritize? You prioritize about your studies and about your career. These all are important for us. I won't say that one point is not important, the other point is not important. Every point is important. Each and every point is important. When you're talking about each and every point, when you talk about each and every point, what are the basic needs? What are the basic needs for each and everyone to earn or to gain? To earn or to gain. If we are in a position to unable to gain something which is important, no. When you are talking about the things which are we giving most priority for the important thing, or which are not important, or which are not important? When you talk about the things which are important, put it in a column. And necessity. And necessity. Or instead of necessity, you can talk about need. And you can talk about need. List out which are important. List out which are important. List out which are important. After listing them out, list what are you lacking. What are you lacking? And list out. There is in a list, but you are not able to concentrate. And after listing out, the first and important thing what you need to do is you need to predict. Okay, if I go with this, if I concentrate on this, if I give more importance to this, how my future would be. If I concentrate on this, how my future would be. Or otherwise, if I go with the needs, when we compare with these two, which is very important? Which is very important? When you bring all this into the picture from your side, when you can really enhance your personality development. That when you talk about the personality development, you can change your image by yourself. Let me see the change in me. Always do you want me to be in only this way? No. I want to get a change. But what is the change that what I am expecting? What is the change that I am expecting? What is the change? A good change. The good change. As I told you before, for considering all these, we require a motivation. We require self-motivating. When you have a self-motivation, everything automatically follows you. Everything automatically follows you. For example, there is a person, he wants to do something, but he is unable to do. And recently in one of my, recently I got an update saying that one of the major during the war he was very near to the blast of a bomb. He was very near to the bomb blast, and unfortunately he was turned into pieces. It was about when he lost some half of his body. Very serious injury on his head and on his chest, on his legs and abdomen, everywhere. And he was rushed to the hospital. And he got 17 surgeries. And many people said that he may not be alive. But his wife took a beautiful care about him. And she gave him the confidence that I will be with you. You will be the person again how you were. And unfortunately, well, the sad news is he lost his leg. But still, now, with the replacement of the leg in an artificial manner, with an artificial leg, now again he is able to walk, he is able to run. By his wife, she motivated him. But I won't say it's not wrong. But what the other part he has done? Yes, he motivated himself. Because he is getting a support. Even either or not, if he is not able to get a support, when he is on a bed, he may not listen to the words, but still his internal mind, his thinking process works on to make it in an appropriate manner. When you are walking on a road, unfortunately there is a manhole. You fell into that, and you are sitting. And you are sitting quiet, and you are not shouting. Do anyone can recognize you? No. The point what you need to remember is you need to ask for the help. Definitely at that particular time, no ego, no shy, nothing, because we are a caretaker of our life. We are very much fear. We have a lot of fear about our death, but we know one day or the other day we would die. But still, we have fear about it, because it is on the way to us. We don't know when we'll meet it. But are we not? Okay, if not today or tomorrow I need to die, but still why I need to work? Why I need to earn money? Why can't I eat and sit? To eat and sit, at least you need to have money. Is it? So when you have fear in you, once you're not worried about your fear until and unless it is in front of you. Means until and unless if you are sick, until and unless if you think that really you cannot live, at that time you get fear. But nowadays, I'm not scared about my death. Why we are not scared? Because we ourselves are motivating to live in the society. Even in that society, we are trying to live in a dignified way. In a dignified way. What do you mean by the dignified way? Earning a good job, getting a good name in the society. For each and every process of learning, you require a self-motivation. You require a self-motivation for each and every aspect. If there is no aspect of learning and if there is no aspect of receiving the things in an appropriate manner, the learning process will definitely stop. When you motivate, when you come up with your good thoughts, when you come up with your self-motivation part, right, everything comes into the picture. Everything comes into the picture. To motivate yourself, when you motivate yourself only, you can start learning process. Because I'm planning to learn something. A person sitting very idle, he got many failures in his life. You know, in one of the country, they play different sort of games. They play different sort of games for the money. There, the people, they have the counselors as well. You know why the counselors would be present there? The people who lost lots of money, they may try to commit suicide. Is it true? See, I earned lakhs of rupees for 3-4 months, but within 1 hour or 2 hours I lost that money. How do I feel? Do I feel very happy? No, I feel very depressed. I won't feel happy. I feel depressed. When I feel depressed, what automatically my mindset would be? My mindset would not be on an appropriate manner. My mindset would not be on an appropriate manner. So at that particular time, I may commit suicide. So to overcome that, they'll motivate. The counselors would motivate. When your friends are there with you, you see, when you get motivation, you get addicted very easily for the bad motivation. For the good motivation, you may not. Let me ask you an example. It's a time for us to study. It's a time for us to study. When you are studying, one of your friend texted you that I got a ticket for so-and-so movie. I got a ticket for so-and-so movie. Are you interested to come? What happens? Immediately we'll take it. We'll run up because we are lacking in our self-control. We are not able to control ourselves. When we are not able to control ourselves, how we can motivate ourselves? When we are not able to motivate ourselves, how we can learn the things? If we are unable to learn the things, how we can be a career successful person? See, everything is interrelated. Everything is interrelated. Everything is interrelated. Trying to change your characters. Try to overcome from your personality. Don't try to concentrate on your personality. Personality is the thing which makes us to do the things according to the situation. But your character always says that you always be on a one line. You'll be very straightforward. Do you know what are your characters? Did you study at least about yourself for some time in a day? Why we won't study? Are we not really loving our life? Are we not really interested in our life? Yes, we may say, sir, I have lot of qualities. If I ask you lot of qualities, immediately you may say at least 3 or 4 of your positive. But if I ask you what are your negatives, definitely you can give me a list. Because see, where do we stand? Where do we stand? We are standing on a negative side, but not on a positive side. When you start concentrating on your positive side, definitely your negative would gradually come down. Make sure, make each and every person be comfortable with you by using your appropriate personality development. When you enhance your personality development, you can make the best impression in the first time. We can make the best impression for the first time. What is the best impression you can make for the, how you can make it? Because you have the right attitude towards the person. You have the right attitude towards the person. It is indicating that you are very important. The other person is very important to you. Try to be an effective communicator. Why we need to be an effective communicator appropriately? Because to drag the attention of the people towards us. To drag the attention of the people towards us. Control your anger. As when you have a self-control, everything would be under your control. Everything would be under your control. If you don't have self-control, first list out the things, as we have done before, the need or important. What are the things we require in our life, and what most we give the topmost priority. In the same way, list out the things what are in your control. And when it's talking about the things what are in your control, make sure or enhance. Try to put the things which would be in your control in an appropriate manner. The way you look at the people would be in your control. The way you look at the way you start your learning process would be in your control. The way you are walking on a road would be in your control. Everything are they in my control. And at the same time, think, are your thoughts are in your control? Are we sticking to a thought? Because as a human being, when we walk towards the people, or when we be in a different manner, what do? We have different thoughts. We get different thoughts. And when we are getting multiple thoughts, we cannot stick to one point. Even when you are speaking to the other person, or when you are speaking with the other person, then also your mindset will not be in an appropriate manner. It keeps on giving multiple thoughts. What happens if we keep on having multiple thoughts? It is indicating that we doesn't have the self-control, and our personality is not appropriately good, and our different thoughts may lead us to different ways. When you have this, when you are able to control, try to learn the things. Choose the people, those who are in front of you, like your parents. Choose them. Choose and gather the strengths. Observe them. By the observation also we can learn things. Observe them, that how they are being to be. Make sure you are approaching and not only taking the observations, By the observations, are we putting it in a right platform? Are we utilizing it in a right platform? You need to start thinking in such a way where the personality of yours, the personality development comes into the picture, and everything would be on a right platform. Everything would be on a right platform. So make sure every point of yours, every thought of yours, every sense of yours, all the things are working in a right platform. But still, why we are in a position to commit mistakes, to commit mistakes, which are called the common errors. Common errors. Yes, as a human being, as we have different stress, yes, as we have a lot of stress, we always face different problems. When we have a lot of stress, we may not concentrate on our attitudes, we may not concentrate on our strengths. When you are observing your observations, your observations are very important. Why they are important? When you make an observation, make sure you need to have the analysis. You need to analyze. What we need to analyze? When someone is working, when you have a keen observation on it, when you have a keen observation, when you go with the concentration, concentration observation, you'll get the analysis about it. You can analyze about the work which is being done, and at the same time you can observe the inputs, and you can expect the outputs. Without proper observation, without proper input observation, you cannot expect a proper output. Why and how? Output and input are always important when you go with your observations. When you are talking about your family members, when we talk about them, when we talk about the family members, what kind of an observation they are being made? My mother, she is a very good hard worker. She works hard. She works hard.